Okay, I'm going to trust that this is going to work. And so what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to be working in these watercolors to try to see if I can find something on the front face of this of these cards that I've made. And I got to turn that other device off because I was getting an echo there. All right. Thank you, Ghostface Lover, for being here. And we're going to get started here. So this was that paint kit that I started working on the other day, and we will move this over here like this. And with some of the other tries, which I have over here, I have some of the stuff I did last week. I was going to cut more of these cards, but I just ran out of time, so that's not going to happen today. Anyways, let's just get going here. I really kind of like these colors here, and so let's just build this stuff up. All right. This is that nice, brilliant yellow. Nice, brilliant yellow. Trying to get, the room worked out. Wanted to thank everybody who were standing in line waiting for something to happen, and nothing was happening, so we can paint this. Actually, I've never painted watercolor on this medium right here, but I kind of will do that. It's supposed to be watercolor paper. It's supposed to do that. Yeah, look at it. That's really fully dry there, so it doesn't activate. So this is actually a good method to start first with the acrylics, and then go on with do a layer of watercolor on top of it. I want to make sure that I'm using all of the stuff that I got. And we'll just take this one and we'll move it out of the way, and we'll start on another one using the same sort of a color scheme. And I'm thinking that with this DIY Oracle deck that I will do a front face with sort of a dynamic yellow a yellow color scheme. So it has this this stamp. It's a stencil stamp of a mushroom, and then I'm going to add in some other colors like this other yellow. That was the Azo yellow. This is off camera. There we go. I hope that everybody's okay. Everybody's had a good, happy Tuesday today. Hi. Yeah, I couldn't get into the stream. I was trying. It kept on collapsing, and yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna do, there was all those things I was gonna do that I didn't do. So we're gonna start with just that yellow. I like the yellow, and just kind of get a feel for it. Yeah, let's just move this one over here too. Yeah, welcome, Ghostface. Yeah, had a nice day today. I met with an old friend. We were in King Lear together many years ago. Oh, Okay, so you know what, Ange, I had trouble even starting the stream. I pushed the, like go live, and then it said try again, try again, try again, and I pushed it like a dozen times, and it kept over the course of the first minute and a half, and then I pulled all the way out of it, and then I got back into it, and that seemed to work. And yeah, yeah, it can be. So this is just one that nobody's gonna watch on the replay. That's all it's gonna be. And I think I'll take some of this other yellow. Did I? I didn't bring any. Yeah, I thought maybe I was being punished because I opened up a brand new channel, or I started to open up a brand new channel today, and I loaded the first video. It's gonna go live in February, either February 2nd or February 22nd. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm really, really stuck on those, angel numbers and starting things on angel numbers like 222 and all of that. And well, what I'm saying is when if no one's going to watch it on the retail is if it starts and stops a dozen times before it actually starts. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was talking about, is that whole glitchiness and starting up. And oh, you saw it start fine. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. So really, what you saw is it didn't even start. For me, on my side, it didn't even start at all. And yeah, that yellow needs some other colors to it as well. Maybe we take it and tone it down, kind of layer in. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna layer in that stuff. We're just gonna put these over here. And that was the one that we did the other night, and maybe we'll just try something different here. I will try and do a well. See, thing is Ghostface at 8 o'clock my time on Wednesday. I host on Zoom a writing group, a creative writing group, and it's a closed group amongst some of my friends who live in Seattle, and we get together and we hang out and talk, and then we do a free write for about 15-20 minutes. We read poetry or stories and stuff like that. I do that every Wednesday, and I've been doing that every Wednesday for like 5 years now. And so yeah, so I'm not. I can try and come on earlier in the day, but it would if I come on earlier in the day, it'll be like right in the middle of my afternoon. That's the best I can do. Is that all right? I'll try to have a thumbnail like 2 hours in advance of me going live in tomorrow afternoon. That is, if I can. Yeah, I know. I was planning on kind of doing a live tomorrow afternoon, but doing like a watercolor because I wanted to practice with my watercolor kit some more. But anyways, that's let's just go back into these things. Why nothing happened, and I feel kind of strange today. Yeah, I do feel very strange today. I think I just had too much sugar is all. Yeah. Well, I'm just not so sure if I can or not. I'd like to say that I could, but I'm not sure that I can. Anyways, thank you for your support. I don't know. I don't know why I feel strange. I feel strange after I opened that other channel up. Maybe I'm just like really nervous about doing doing what I was planning on doing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't really understand. Maybe I had too much cake. You know, I am a pre-diabetic, and I do take blood sugar lowering medications because I'm in that diabetic range, and so maybe it's nothing more than the fact that I went out and had coffee with an old friend of mine, and then I came home with some coffee cake, and then I had some candy, and I don't usually have candy, and so I could probably stock things up as that maybe it's just something like that, but it could easily just be that I'm really nervous. I'm really kind of nervous about, starting a second channel in which I'm going, to do card readings and so forth. How about that? Does that sound really plausible? Maybe more plausible than I had too much sugar? I am off frame completely. I'm so sorry. Let's just pull the camera back a lot like that. There we go. I think that works better. And everything's like unprepared here. There's a lot of this massive unpreparedness. Yeah, I am. I actually, Angie, when I dropped into your stream, but I dropped into your stream first under that new channel name, and then jumped right back out this afternoon, and then logged back in. And so the name of that channel is Tools of Fortune. Tools of Fortune will be, yeah. And that is the name that I came up with. And I didn't really want to say that name before because no one had claimed that. And so I've been sitting on that name because I came up with that name like 6 months ago, actually summer, maybe even longer ago. It might have been close to a year ago that I came up with that name. So I've been sitting on that name for a while and not really wanting to say, on anywhere that was the channel name. And so, because you know how you go drop something like that and somebody else like, oh yeah, that's a cool name. So, and since Tools of Fortune, the handle and all of that stuff had never been used before, and now it is. It's mine. It's my channel. Will be my new channel. I'm gonna open it up at least with long play videos in February, and let's go with this color over here. So yeah. So anyways, that's and I uploaded a video, but I'm not gonna let it. The plan that I have is I'm gonna run like 5 videos to go live at the same time, and then do some other things in some experimentation stuff. And like I have some readings kind of like that on this channel. Maybe that I did a long time ago. Yeah. So I do kind of feel nervous about that. And then you're setting up your channel, you're setting up with what you're all about, what I'm willing to do and not willing to do, and no politics, no health, no legal, stuff like that. Then I'm really nervous. The other thing I'm really nervous about is how much I lack experience when it comes to, yeah. And then there's the fact that I really lack so much experience when it comes to like relationships, and I feel really nervous about that. And I kind of felt that way too when I was like was thinking about becoming, a pastor or a minister, and I didn't know how I could guide somebody in a relationship when I had so little relationship experience. And so, but everybody assured me when I was studying and everything, they assured me that is not really an issue because you can just go on the experience that you do have. And so, but I'm still like really, really nervous about that. I'm nervous about, you know, anyways, I don't know if that makes any sense. All right. Let's see. Let's do another layer of just plain old yellow on that, just to bring the light up on it. Actually, it dries pretty fast, much faster than I was thinking it would. Let's come back to this yellow. I like this really bright yellow. Anyways. So is there anything new going on in Ontario? So, and was that show Heartland filmed in Ontario? Oh, it's really cold right now. Yeah. And do you have a a wood stove to like ease the pain of it being cold? I think I'm going to move on and do a. Now, everyone in the directions said, oh, in Alberta. Yeah, I watched every episode of that show. Oh, I see. It's gas, not wood. Yeah, I like that. I really like that show, Heartland. It kind of like in the end, it kind of fell down in the end, like all of those shows do. But yeah, that was a good show. And I think what I'm going to do is add. We'll do some major experimentation here, which I can do. I'm thinking I'm going to mix a top layer and add. I don't know if I want to put that in there, but we can do that. I can just wipe it out later. And there. This is reflex yellow. Oh yeah, when I had that meeting with a friend, because he was a guy, we acted in King Lear together in like 2003, and he was a reporter, and he is a reporter. He is a reporter, but he does art news, and so one of the things that he had done is there was my painting that I sold. I sold him a painting. Let me see if I can bring that painting up, and I can show you a picture of that painting that I sold him. I think I have it. See if I have it in a download here on this device. No, I believe I have it on my channel. Let's go here. Let's come there. Let me just see if I can find it. And it's one of my Wildfire Skies paintings. I have a few that I've done. And so he showed it to somebody, and they really think I need to go to a particular let's see here. Coming up. See, I should be at least showing off. Oh yeah, there's a picture of me when I was a little kid. That's my dad, and that's my uncle, and this is my my grandmother. And you remember that picture that I brought out of my grandfather and well, this is my grandmother when she was, and this is in the 70s, and she's in the 70s. I guess I don't have that painting here. I thought I posted a picture of it here. Oh, look, there's me when I was like 20-something years old. No. Okay. All right. I guess I'll have to go here. Go into my pictures. All right. Here we go into my into my Facebook account. Yeah, so, oh yeah, there's a picture that one of my roommates took of me when I was living in McMinnville. He's a photographer. He had a massive stroke like 2 years ago, and really a big. And oh look, here's pictures from art fairs that yes, this is the picture that I sold, painting I sold to a friend. And well, a friend, he got a bargain for like $300. I sold it for $300. Other people said that I probably should have sold it for way more. But that's my Wildfire Skies. Was probably one of the best Wildfire Skies paintings that I've done. And maybe I need to go back and redo some more of these. And then this was another one. This one in 3. This one's also sold. So these are all some of my sold paintings. And then there's this one. This one here. These 3 marks on it were not on the original, but my then 3-year-old grandniece found my painting in the garage. It was drying, and on the easel, on the palette, there was still some wet paint. And she took her little 3-year-old fingers and boop, 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 and added those 3 marks on it. And so I have, this is the third of those wildfire sky paintings that I did. And when did I do this one? I think 2021. 2021, yeah. And so I don't know what to do about this now. I can't fix it. It's been too long. Anyways, and there we go. I got my stuff. Oh look, there's a picture of me with classmates. They probably don't want to be posted on the internet there, so you can forget you saw that. But anyways, we've let this stuff dry a little bit, and we can go add a little more light onto the surface and see what happens. I do feel very ill-prepared today. Hello, Summer. Welcome. So I am just doing some experimentations here. I added layers of watercolor down on the surface, and now I'm adding some, this is an acrylic reflex yellow, so it's really a bright yellow that's really reflective, and adding this onto the surface. Oh, you haven't been on for over a month. Oh, well. Oh, from down in California? Yeah. I have some, I know people who got evacuated from down in California as well. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but that's just really tragic. I don't have any family that live in that area, but I have family who live in the Bay Area. And I have friends that are like family that also... Oh, hi, Alex. Welcome. How's school doing? Yeah, okay. Alex from Washington State. You're from Washington State, right? Yeah. Yeah. I remember. Well, my mod, Roots and Waves, she has family in Washington too, but lives in, I believe, Ontario. It's good to see you. So we're just doing some stuff. I think I jacked my blood sugar up too high tonight, so I'm not as entertaining as I could be. And yeah, let's just go move on to another one of these things. I kind of like that. So I layered multiple different colors on top here. So that is an acrylic, and these are watercolors. Oh yeah, you broke your arm. That's no good. I mean, which arm did you break? Your left. Yeah, I broke both my arms. I broke my left arm too in the 5th grade jumping out of swings. I jumped out of swings and broke my left arm, and then when I was 7 years old, I jumped over a fence and I broke my right wrist. And that was bad because I was like, it was right in the middle of summer, and you want to, like, do summertime activities like swimming and stuff, but I broke my arm, and so therefore I wasn't able. I lost like 2 weeks of swimming in the best part of summer when I was 7. I just remember how terrible that was. So we're just kind of we're not doing anything substantial tonight, simply because I feel a little bit. It's a bit of an off day, and it's been a good day, but it's been kind of an off day, and we need to figure out how a better way to do this. Here we go. So it doesn't quite look so dull in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Well, you should probably will stop being extra cautious around you in a couple years. And that's generally how that works, because people have a tendency to forget all about that stuff. Is trying to figure out how the best way to do this is. I know it's really boring. I get it. And so, how are you doing in school otherwise? So you're doing good in school, and are you taking any art or anything fun, or is it all just boring stuff? Well, you're doing violin. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. There we go. We'll let that dry a bit, and then we'll come back in and give it a little bit more. Maybe run some of this yellow on it. Anyways, we got, yeah. And so Summer Alex has not been on for a couple months. Like October, I think it was the last time you were on. There we go. Trying to figure out how to do these things. All right. We'll see you the next time. Thanks for popping in, Alex. Really appreciated seeing you here. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel really weird. Yeah. I think it's too soon to add a layer of a different kind of paint onto here altogether. But it's an experiment to see what happens, since I really don't know what's going to happen. Kind of blends things in. You know, and there's a one of the weirdest science fiction shows I'd ever seen in my life came out of Canada. It was called Lex, and I think it came out of Nova Scotia too. I believe, if I remember right, it came out of Nova Scotia. Well, I don't know. I can't see you if you're standing on your head. Well, you know, I had that encounter on there was an encounter that I had on Saturday after the funeral, and the spirit was very adamant that I tell my mother that he was sorry for what he did when he was a teenager. So there was that experience, and very adamant and wanting to and so that was like I hadn't really experienced that before. And then the spirit moved something. I had like a scrap of paper on my table, and it just like moved it. So that was also something, which you know, I've seen spirits do stuff like that. I've seen them do stuff like that when it's like right around the time of the funeral, like after my grandmother passed away. I saw she came and appeared to me. She was a really big, a lifelong cigarette smoker, and I knew it was her because her purse was in the family room, and her ball of light moved from her purse to the matches, her purse where her cigarettes were at, and to the matches. And then like a week after my father died, I saw his arm reach out and just wave at me. And that happened in like 12 years old, 12 or in 2012. So I don't know if that's mediumship or not, you know. But yeah, but I kind of took it as a sign that I need to, at least in one fashion or another, provide guidance for people, spiritual guidance for people. I took that as a sign that that's something that I really need to be doing, even though I'm really extremely nervous about doing that. But that's kind of I kind of see it that way. But I don't really feel yeah, I don't feel like I want to do like what channeling is not something I feel comfortable with at all. Even the concept of it, I don't necessarily feel comfortable with the concept of it. But I have ideas on what I even think it is. I'm not sure, you know. But you know, as far as like answering questions that people have, that's kind of I do feel, yeah, I've had that for a long time, though. It's not just not just a recent thing. That's been a long time thing, like going back in to the whole doing spiritual guidance and so forth. That's a long time thing. Now let's just put a little bit more of this stuff on here. There we go. So I guess I'll do another one of these things here, and then and I'm thinking this is the color scheme roughly that I think that this Oracle deck. Yeah, I think so. It's time to begin. Yeah, yeah. So I set up the. There's no way. There's no way that I could find that channel at all. It's not. The new channel is not at all searchable at this point in time. Probably need to work on the. Set the channel up and setting up all. Like I guess I still got to do the setup. I connect it to my phone number. I did that. I did that step. Pushing you. Yeah, well, Pee-wee is. I gave her almost. I made her almost her favorite dinner tonight. It was close to her favorite dinner. And I didn't have her favorite dinner, but I had her second favorite dinner. For the last 3 nights in a row, I fed her nothing but chicken, and she hates chicken. And she does like turkey. I should thaw that turkey breast I have out. And yeah, I do love her so much. I I mean, Grace the cat, I loved her. Jack the cat, I loved him. They're both gone. Milo, I loved Milo. Milo was a bigger dog, and Milo would go on walks with me, and it would be nice if it would be nice to have another bigger dog to go on walks again with. But who knows? Maybe I'll end up meeting someone that I get married to. Though I not necessarily think about that, but I do still sometimes think about that. I don't know that I've really closed that door completely. But kind of funny how that is. Yes, exactly. Take your spouse for a walk. But I don't know. But anyways, that's what it is. That's what people say. Never too late. Kind of like the red like that. It's too bad that that one classmate of mine who I really liked her. I liked her. I went to kindergarten with her, and in 2014 she took her own life, and that was really hard on me because I really loved her too. It was hard. I took that one really hard. I also took it really hard when Nathan also hung himself too. I only went to school with him a couple years, but yeah, with Nathan, his family was from Sweden too, and lived they lived like the next town over from the town that my Swedish relatives came from, and just the next, and so when they migrated to United States, they lived in the same, within just miles apart. And Nathan, he had a drug problem, but he had kept it. He had kept it. I think they did know each other. Actually, they knew each other certainly when they were in America because for about 2 weeks, my dad dated his mom. I found out at my dad's funeral and I found out because I found out my dad's funeral from his mother when his mother came to the funeral that they had when he was like in high school they had dated each other, and my dad was living in Portland, but they lived down in this area where I was from, but my dad's aunt lived down here too. Yeah, spilling the tea at and I see my mom never knew, but so like my grandmother Olson told my mother that that my dad or Jim, she said, my mom's at the door here, so I told that they were like meant for each other because of my grandmother was the one who was also a tarot reader or a fortune teller, for however you want to call it, and yeah, Jim. My dad's name was Jim. Well, that was his middle name, but that was his first name. He and his dad had the same name, and they didn't call him Junior. They just called him Jim. And yeah, that was But then that's like more of a. I don't know that they use the name Jim too much. I don't know, but I'm kind of out of the children loop and everything else, so I don't know if they do, they're that nickname anymore. It's like, do they use the nickname Bill for William anymore, or they just call people William? Your dad died in 2001, yeah. Yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard. And you just never, you know. But it's kind of weird. It's like I got all these memories of him, but then there's this other part where it's like he never was. I don't know. I think my mother kind of feels that way too. It's like he never was. But I got a lot of his things in the house, you know. I I inherited his hunting rifles and his guns and so forth. They were mostly like he bought a 22 revolver when he was in the service in Germany in the 60s. And then the hunting rifle was, well, actually, he bought that for me when I was like 15 for my 15th birthday, but I really hunting wasn't something that I was really into. But he liked hunting, and he was disappointed that I didn't do hunting and things like that. You know, he'd grown up in the city, and then moving into the country, he just loved all those countryside activities, you know, picking berries, going out and picking wild apples, or going out and hunting. He loved hunting and fishing, and then he'd go took us on the trip to go on a charter boat to go fishing in the ocean. And I remember that as being like this terrible day because I was just so seasick. And then he was kind of disappointed because, you know, none of his family had a good time. All they had was this time where they spent the whole time vomiting over the side of the boat, you know. So it's just like, okay, you have all these things that you want to share with your family and your son to do, and your son just doesn't want anything to do with that. Your son's into something else like theater. But you know, I always did enjoy cutting wood with Dad. That was one of our activities that we did that all the way up until like weeks before he died, that we cut wood. And I still have some of the wood in the woodshed with the last wood that we cut together. You know, I could burn it all up in like 2 weeks, but I just didn't have the heart to burn it. And I don't know, it seems kind of silly, but anyways, I like adding this extra coating of this reflex yellow onto the surface because it brings out all that light, don't you think? So yeah. Yeah, I really like that bright yellow on there. So I think that's just the way that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna probably so what we're gonna do, I think next week. I'm gonna not bore everybody with going through this whole process of doing this, and so I'm going to work on making these cards off camera until I get I think 38 of them done, that are 38 of them are done, that or more. I think I need to do more because for the back sides, I want to have extra just in case I mess up. So why don't I move over to what the back side of the cards just might happen to look like. So I'm gonna clean these brushes up and so forth, and I know that Thomas and Hershey are gonna have me on the 21st to go for me to go read those cards again. And when I'm in doing this, it's really hard for me to change gears into a But I think I'm going to pull those cards out and see if I can spin some poetry for you. But maybe we can try. I don't know. Try a question. I haven't actually read with him since Hershey and Thomas went on that cruise together. So that was during when those hurricanes were happening. And so I don't want, I'm going to clean this bright yellow right out of here, out of this pan. What do we got going on here? I need to actually do some painting. So I think this stuff spill out? No, it will. To get this stuff out of here. All right. All right, this is how I'm going to close this thing up like this. I really like this paint set. So, I believe I have those cards in here. Some of them, anyways. And this is my crossword oracle. And it should be this one here. Yeah, this is it. My crosswords oracle. So let's just take a card out and see what it has to say. I don't know what it has to say, but it has something it wants to say. What does the crossword oracle, what words does it have for us on Tuesday, January 14th? There. So, oak, roar, barn, year, exist. Oak, roar, barn, year, exist. The energy was like candy. The energy was like candy wrapped in that rice paper. Wrapped in rice paper that you obtained at the corner candy store. This energy was like that of an oak, a mighty oak growing out of a field, a green field in a landscape of rolling hills. The year was warm. It was a warm year. It had this energy of warmth and of wisdom and of power and of rootedness. and it existed right now. And you unwrap that wrapper, or maybe if your hands are clean, you eat the whole thing, rice, paper, and all. And taste the power of the oak, the warmth of the sun, and exist in that energy right now. Did that make any sense? Okay, let's go with another one. What I like about these ones is actually you can actually riffle shuffle them. These thank you. I feel like that the voice was something that I was given. The voice was something I was given to use. After I had that COVID, where it was an actual positive test COVID for the first time, that was almost 2 years ago, I lost my voice. There was like 3, 4, 6 months where I couldn't talk for without like fogging up and so forth. And so I changed the whole nature of my channel, of the content and everything I did right after that. So I was, for the first couple months, there was like a whole month where I was just out, where I couldn't do anything. But this one popped out, number 37. 3 plus 7 is 10. Number 1, it's the start of something new. I've been seeing a lot of 111, and today it was cycling through 222, 222, 444. 111, 222, 444. Stay the course. 111, make a wish. 37. Cloak. Napkin. Pan. Fort. Flee. Echo. 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 I heard a voice echoing through the fort. It was one of those forts that kids make out of blankets in the living room of the house. Just warm and cozy inside. A voice echoed through the fort. It rang like a pan because the pans were ringing like drums. Kids playing in the fort, banging on pots and pans, banging on pots and pans in a rhythmic way that kids do. no sense of rhythm, no shame, no guilt, just to exist in the moment of the now, playing with sheets and blankets, pots and pans, wearing that sheet like a cloak, speaking lines of Shakespeare. Maybe not Shakespeare, any Shakespeare that Shakespeare was written, but in a playful Shakespearean voice. Children playing around a rink, ice skating around a rink, doing couples things. The caller calls out with the song. Ice skating rink, roller rink, playing at a park in the middle of winter, an arena of fun under the midnight sun. Let's try another one. One more. I should put it back in there. 'Cause you never know, I might get it again. Oh, 22. I was born on the 22nd. I am a life path 4. Sorry, my mom was talking. I was born in the 3rd month. My numbers come out to a life path 4. So I guess I'm done for the night. Maybe one more. Icicle apple narration plus once bus sport nominal normal improper and blue a blue bus rolled down the street. There wasn't a seat free in it. The word on the side was apple. Once every while in a while, you'd see a red bus go by, selling candy canes on street corners. Plus other things. I think I'm done for the night. This month, 3, it is here. I will just do the days, this, the month is that. Wrong day. It's missing in here. There. That. That's it. 322. Life Path 4. Teaching, instruction, and the ability to reinvent yourself. That's what I get out of Life Path 4. Anyways, for those watching on the replay, wish everyone a great day, and I'll be back soon for another one of these shows. And I better get going and take care of my nightly duties. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. And thank you, Alex, for popping in. Thank you, Ghostface, for popping in for a minute too. And for everybody else. Thank you very much, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye. And you have a wonderful time too, Angela.